Hi, I'm Michael Senoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online, downloadable audio business interviews. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive.
Because probably a lot of this stuff I've read or come across or studied somewhere, but not knowing how to systematize it was the real shortcoming of it all.
Hi, this is Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com and Consulting Secrets. In this next short 30-minute recording, you're going to hear an unedited conversation with Matthew, who is now a new HMA consultant. It was the first time I talked to Matthew, and it's me addressing and answering all his questions and concerns about the HMA system. Matthew had already listened to and read many of the transcripts on the Consulting Secrets page. All the recordings related to the HMA consulting opportunity. So this was a final call before Matthew made his final decision. Many of you will have similar questions and concerns that he had, and it's just an opportunity for you to sit in and listen and hopefully have some of your hidden questions answered in the same way I've answered them for Matthew. I hope this is helpful. Enjoy.
For the last 5 years, I've been pretty interested in marketing, and I've been studying. I got the Eugene Schwartz and the J. Abraham and some Dan Kennedy. I got the Bedell book. I got all the stuff, and I'm very intrigued by the marketing thing. And I even somewhat freelance a little bit now with a couple clients. I'm trying to piece it all together.
You don't have a system on what to do.
Exactly. I got 3 clients right now. I got my uncle who has a general contractor firm here in Chicago. He does about a little over $1 million. But it's just him, one person, and he has his subcontract. I'm trying to help him with his marketing, but again, it's a thing with a system.
Oh, I understand exactly what you're saying. That's the whole benefit of this HMA system. It's systematized. You heard the 30-minute recording?
Right.
Well, you heard. I don't have to retell you everything. I'm just looking at your hidden assets.
I was a full-time controller at a non-profit organization, and I kind of was wanting to leave maybe 3 years ago, and I was telling them, hey, you should just convert my position to part-time, because I was trying to free up some of my time to really pursue the marketing, and they kept saying, no. Finally, they got to a budget crunch enough, and it's like, oh, you still want to do that? And I was like, yeah, I do. The thing about it is, it came time financially that I really didn't want to do it, but I felt like I had to do it, or I would just keep working and using that as a crutch, and really in the back of my mind, I'm saying, I really want to do this marketing consultant. I've been talking about this to my wife for a year. I haven't done anything.
Well, let me ask you this. You said your uncle's got a business. What are the other 2 businesses you were mentioning?
The other business, there's a guy that I went to college with who's a real estate trainer. So he's done really well in real estate, and he has a website called NewTrainer.com. The guy's named Mark. Essentially what he's doing is selling information and training on how to buy real estate.
How well is he doing?
From my standpoint, I guess he's probably doing a couple $100,000 a year. He paid off his house. He has some real estate holdings.
Does he put on seminars and stuff?
He does seminars.
This is his company?
His company, he has 3 different packages, the silver, the gold, and the platinum packages. His target market is females between 15 to 45, making between 15 and 60,000 a year single.
I'm at his website right now.
Yeah. I'm friends with him from college.
And he's right in your area?
He's in the suburb here in Chicago, and I met with him the other day.
Is he a single guy?
He's married. 2 kids. He's not living a lavish lifestyle. He's a real simple guy, but he said his house is paid off, his cars are paid off.
And how much did he say he's making doing this?
I haven't asked him how much he was making yet. Just based on what I know, I would assume maybe $150,000, $200,000.
Do you know if he has videotapes of his?
When you come into his little seminar, you can enroll in one of those packages. The silver package, you basically get a DVD. He's actually developed a software program that you can input all of the real estate data into, and the software actually will tell you whether or not the investment is a good investment or not. So he has this little package that you get. You get the silver, the gold, the platinum. He was explaining the differences. One, you just get the software and DVD. The gold, you get some training with him and his wife on the phone. Then the platinum, you actually get all of that. Plus, he takes this group, whoever enrolls in the platinum level, on a field trip where they actually go out and they actually look at houses together, and he shows you what to look for, how to price it.
You could definitely implement a lot of help for him. He's got no USP. There's no prices. There's no details on his packages. He could put some of that video, some of the audio. This website could be a little selling machine.
And he's actually getting some notoriety here in Chicago. My buddy's been on the radio the last 2 Sundays with Les Brown, a little show that they're doing. It's kind of pairing up with Les Brown on some things. He essentially says, look, Matt, I know marketing and I know a little bit about it, probably not as much as you, but I just don't have the time. I'm trying to develop these products and got video testimonials and all this other stuff. So he has a good material and it's a good base. He may not be making $500,000.
That's fine. Who cares? He's got a lot of potential. This thing's got legs. He's already doing well. At least from his website, he's really not optimizing.
They just get that thrown up and they don't even have the stats on it. It's a lot of stuff. He's the type that's just ready shooting and he aims later, and that's kind of how he's doing it. But a really compelling story that he told me about how he got into real estate. I said, how come that's not even on the website? He was working at GE, and he basically got laid off. He had just bought this house in Bolingbrook. So he didn't have any money. He had a couple pieces of property, but they weren't really paying that much. So he's looking at his wife. They got 2 kids, 1 little boy. He said, Matt, I had no money. I didn't know what to do. The winter was coming. He said, Matt, I used to blow out the pilot light in my house, and me and my son was wrapped up in the room upstairs, and I'm trying to look at real estate stuff on the internet. And it's the story that I was almost crying listening to it. It was freezing in his house. He had to blow his pilot light out to save gas, and this was probably before the gas crunch. This was 3 years ago. And this is kind of like what he came out of from his experience.
See, that's his core story. That's what sells right there.
Now, I guess he says it when he does his presentations, but it's not integrated into any of his marketing materials. And then I got another guy. And again, these 3 people, I got them already in the pocket as clients. I really not really do anything with them, but basically charging them $35, $40 an hour.
Well, I understand because you don't know what to do. I didn't either. On my recordings, the earlier ones, I could give a lot of advice, but I didn't know how to turn it into money, and now I know. What you do is you say, look, I don't know if I can help you. I've got what I call an opportunity analysis. Let me take you through this opportunity analysis. Let's see if we can find some money in your business. And you take them through that opportunity analysis, that interview process. That's it right there. That's your selling machine. So you know what to do. You hear me doing them. I'm just reading the script. You do 4 of those to qualified people, you're going to get a client. There's no doubt.
These 3 I kind of got just on sheer relationships. Past and my uncle, another guy that I knew from another consultant firm I worked at, and this guy I went to college with. But really, ultimately, once I can get those 3 serviced and really deliver something to them of value, I have a passion for marketing and the whole healthy lifestyle, organic foods, spiritual stuff. So I want to be able to marry those 2, and this is what I really, really have been wanting to do for such a long time, because those are the 2 things that I'm most passionate about, is healthy living and the marketing. I was always trying to figure out, how can I do both of those? How can I be somehow intertwined in those? And I realized a while ago I wanted to do marketing for companies in that industry. I even paid my own money and went to the National Natural Foods Association trade show that was in Las Vegas back in July, just to go so I can interact and mingle with the people that are in this industry. You got small mom-and-pop stores that's developing Dead Sea bath salt that you and your brother manufactured in your garage. And you got big companies like Now and Carlson's Vitamins. These people have been around 40, 50 years that are probably pretty significant as far as revenues are concerned. So I got a chance to mingle in that, but nothing really to say, okay, what do I do next?
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. You know, many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at hardtofindseminars.com. So go right now to hardtofindseminars.com and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to hardtofindseminars.com. Thanks for watching.